Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Josh Smith. I'm the founder of Aligner Marketing. And today I want to talk about something that I think most dental practices and honestly most marketing companies are getting wrong when it comes to marketing for aligners. Most practices are marketing aligners like a dental service, but patients don't actually buy aligners as a healthcare decision. They buy them as a lifestyle decision that just happens to be delivered through dentistry. And that difference matters way more than most doctors realize because people don't buy based on how we understand a problem. They buy based on how they experience it. So let's talk about it. I want you to take a moment and think about it from the patient's point of view. Patients, they don't wake up in the morning thinking about orthodontic classifications, treatment planning, attachments, IPR, or which aligner systems you use, okay? That's your world, not theirs. Now, what they do think about is how their smile looks in photos, how confident they feel when they talk or laugh, dating, work, being on camera, aging, feeling self-conscious, all those types of things. From their perspective, crooked teeth aren't a clinical problem. They're a confidence, social, self-image problem. So when you lead with dentistry and the patient is living in lifestyle, there's a disconnect. Now, here's where most practices truly get stuck. When aligners are marketed, they're usually positioned as a dental service offered by the doctor, explained clinically, and compared on price. Clinically speaking, that all makes sense, but from a consumer standpoint, it creates friction because the patient hasn't emotionally decided they want aligners yet. So they're being asked to understand and justify the decision first, and that's backwards. So when that happens, a few predictable things show up. First, engagement drops, price becomes the focal point. Patients start shopping and comparing, and then all of a sudden, aligners feel expensive. Not because they aren't valuable, but because the desire was never fully established. Here's the real issue most practices don't realize. When you sell the doctor, the technology, or the process too early, you force the patient into logic mode before emotion ever kicks in. And with logic, it always asks, is this worth it? Can I get this cheaper? Do I really need this? And that's not where you want the patient to be. Now, when you compare that to how some of the biggest aligner brands built awareness, so think Invisalign, Smile Direct Club, Bite, Candid, love them or hate them, their marketing pattern is consistent. They never led with the doctor, x-rays, equipment, or clinical explanations. They led with the outcome, which is straighter teeth, a better smile, more confidence. Only after desire was created did dentistry enter the conversation. So the message was essentially, this is something you want, and to get it safely and correctly, you need a dental professional. That sequencing matters a lot, okay? The patient was sold on aligners first, then introduced to dentistry. Most practices, they do it the opposite way, and then they wonder why their ads don't convert or why they underperform. So here's the reframe that changes everything. Aligners are a lifestyle upgrade, not just a dental service. So when you position them that way, the entire dynamic shifts. Now patients come in already interested, already motivated, already picturing the outcome, and suddenly the dentist role becomes clearer, not smaller. You're no longer trying to convince someone why they should want aligners. The conversation essentially becomes, here's how we get you there safely, predictably, and correctly. And that's a much better conversation to have because you're not selling desire anymore, you're guiding execution. Now, I already know some of the pushback that this approach is going to get. I hear things like, well, doesn't this cheapen dentistry? Doesn't this feel too consumerish? Is this ethical? And I honestly think this does the complete opposite because you're not changing how aligners are delivered, you're changing how patients are introduced to the idea. Desire brings the patient through the door, while dentistry determines whether they are a candidate. You're not removing the doctor like Smile Direct Club did. You're positioning the doctor as the expert who delivers the outcome. Okay. So marketing essentially creates clarity and interest while your clinical process ensures quality and appropriateness. Those roles, they should never be confused, but they definitely should work together. So here's the core takeaway. If you want better engagement, better leads, and better results from your marketing efforts, the answer isn't to spend more money, run more ads, or add more tactics. It's aligning the message with how patients already think. Sell the outcome first, let patients want aligners, and then position the dentist as the trusted professional who makes that outcome possible. If you do that, everything downstream gets easier. Ads convert better, consults feel smoother, price resistance drop, and aligners stop feeling like a commodity. So that's about it for today's video. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it with someone who might also find this useful. And if you want help building aligner marketing that actually matches how patients buy today, reach out to us. We'd love to have a conversation. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.